So with pacing strategies, which are proven to help ME/CFS, also apply to FM and chronic pain. So my take is absolutely, I have in my manual, Let Your Light Shine Through, I have a graph in there that came actually from my local chronic pain clinic, where they say, you want to increase activity, but you don't want to increase your pain by more than 2 out of 10, because that's going to be mentally discouraging. And now physically, you're going to have a recovery time, which is going to be counterproductive. So I talk a lot about baby steps to continually try to do what Yoni's recommending, like continually try to figure out new strategies, continually try to open up new possibilities, push your boundaries, but do it in a careful, small way so that if you have a setback, it's a minor one that you can quickly overcome.
So well said. The image that's in my mind, Ellie, is like you're walking up a hill and there's a peak. You don't know what's on the other side of it. Yeah? It's scary because you don't know what's on the other side of it. So every day you want to kind of get up to that peak and you want to get as close as you can to being able to peek over the other side. But you're going to hold yourself back no matter how good you feel, because my rule is I love that 2 out of 10. I had never structured it that way, although it's in my mind. Like I had never gone all the way to explaining it. But one of the things that I always want is I want the person to win. And so my vision of that is I want them to stop before they're tired. So there's a concept, it was introduced by a guy named Paul Chek 25 years ago, probably. And the idea is working in versus working out. And this is a critical point for people who are suffering with chronic pain or fibromyalgia. The concept of working in, and many people on this call might be familiar with it, is more of a yoga tai chi concept where you're exercising, but you have more energy at the end of the session than you did going in, as opposed to working out where you've just sweated like crazy, you're drenched, you're exhausted, you're breathing heavy, you have way less energy than you did going in. A person with chronic pain or fibromyalgia cannot work out. It is a recipe for disaster. A person with fibromyalgia and chronic pain absolutely must work in. They have to find, so one of my non-negotiables for people with chronic pain or fibromyalgia is having a daily movement practice in whatever form that takes. That might be a person lying in their bed and doing some gentle wrist or finger exercises. But movement, the neurological input of body movement is the counterpoint to nociception. It's the direct one-to-one counterpoint. And we know this from hundreds of thousands of studies that are the more we can get movement stimulus to go up, the more we can reduce nociception. So they're on this teeter-totter, and that's why it's gotta be a non-negotiable. We have to find some level that allows that person to be successful. It might be walking from the kitchen to the living room.
Right.
But
yeah, I couldn't agree more about setting yourself up for success and not getting, we call it the push crash cycle. That's what you don't want to be in.
And it's crazy, right? I just got a message from somebody who's the standards that we hold ourselves to. Oh, before I had such and such accident or before this happened to me, I was running 5 miles a day. And now I can't run 5 miles a day. I understand that, but we need to find something that you can do.
Right.
So that we can slowly retrain your body back to the point that you were at prior to this thing. And the answer to the question is always whatever it takes. There's a quote that I love, however long it takes. And there's so many variables to work with. That person was so focused on the mileage that they were running, but there's time, there's frequency, there's volume, there's all of these different elements of movement that we can play with to set a person up for success. And it's very hard if you're managing those elements properly to not find something that can work for everyone. And then you just slowly build on it.